There are a lot of videos out there that are trying to teach you how to get your music heard, or at least talk about getting your music heard. But I feel like there's a lot of filler, a lot of vague stuff, like people are giving advice like use Twitter or network with people, but not really giving any context and not really giving you how to actually do things like that. In this video, I'm going to specifically focus on storytelling and developing a narrative around your music, which I feel is the most important part. Essentially getting the click is the battle. It is not making the perfect song, because as we've seen, the people that are getting famous, the people that are getting fan bases, aren't necessarily having the best music. We're just buying into a narrative and a story that's interesting us enough to click their music and say, okay, this is okay. Or even if we don't like the music, we're buying into these people because we're resonating with them. They're entertaining us, teaching us, whatever brand they're representing. For some reason, we're buying into them, and that's what I want to talk about in this video. If we take some more old school, I guess it's crazy to call this old school, but like say Eminem when he first came out and 50 Cent when he first came out, it's kind of like old school in 2018. But if we take Eminem for example, right? We all know Eminem's story. Trailer trash, druggy, alcoholic mother, volatile relationship. We know the story, right? 50 Cent, we know he got shot 9 times. We know that he was really about the life when he was out there in Queens doing a lot of stuff that other rappers were talking about but not doing. And whilst nowadays it's not as much about the story, because if you look at someone like Tekashi 6ix9ine, we don't know the story. If you look at people like Trippie Redd, we don't know the story. We just know a narrative, which is a little bit different. Theirs is more like a commentary where we're left to create the story ourselves in a sense. They're just out here with a certain attitude, doing crazy things, calling each other out. A lot of these people are just fucking drug addicts or whatever. It's controversy. It's just wild, right? But there is essentially a story going on there, but it's a narrative. We're being entertained by them. They're telling the story without telling the story, so to speak. And that's really what we need to be creating behind our music, because every day I'm dealing with artists that are without a doubt 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times better than some of these artists that are actually getting somewhere. But the problem is with a lot of artists, and I'm sure a lot of artists watching this, is that they want the music to speak for itself, but it's just not going to happen, because like I said, the battle is getting the click. It's not creating the best track. That's not the battle. The battle is getting the click and interesting people enough to want to click the link. Because if you go on social media right now, all you're going to see is artists posting their links and they're just saying, new track, check me out, you know what time it is, and all this corny ass played shit. What you've got to remember is we've been pushing music on the internet for over 10 years now, and people have been doing that since the beginning. So you must understand that that kind of approach to getting your music out there is played and corny. You've got to come with something that's a bit better than that, and that's by creating a narrative. See, the thing is, what a lot of people are doing is just say you're putting out a song and then you don't put out another song for 2 weeks, and you leave this gap in the middle where you're not doing anything, and you're expecting people to have that same energy that they had for your last track, but you've left them alone for 2 weeks and given them nothing. If you're really smart in 2018 with your camera phone, with the cameras that you may own, you're able to just pop up with content. Now, maybe you're scared to get on a video and talk to people like this. Maybe you're scared to share your day with people because you don't feel like it's that interesting. I'm going to say one fix to that. On another note, that's not really to do with this video. If you feel like your life is not interesting enough to share, then I think you're doing it wrong. I think you need to start doing something that's a bit more interesting, right? But anyway, I'm doing marketing for an artist at the moment by the name of Kilo. And really our strategy is just to keep hitting people with content. We're getting interviews done. We're coming up with funny comedy videos, deep talking videos, just communicating with your audience and your potential audience. Because if you look at the people who are popping now, they're the ones that are doing that. At least the ones that haven't got big marketing machines behind them, like Drake, who's just going to drop a track and it's going to go. Same with Eminem nowadays. He's going to drop a track and it's going to go, and it's going to be that simple. But what the younger artists, or maybe not the younger artists, but the artists that don't have that machine behind them are having to do is go direct to the consumer as often as possible. So you cannot sit in this space of thinking that this music is going to speak for itself, because it's not. Because even if it is good enough to speak for itself, people aren't going to know that. In that situation, you're hoping on a random motherfucker coming across your link next to 30 other links from 30 other people, and for some reason picking yours. The smartest way to do this is to get people to look for your music specifically. And the only way you're going to get people's attention is to be interesting outside the music and create content outside the music. Whatever you're saying in your music, find a way to express that outside of your music, because they're more likely to click on a vlog of yours, or even a Facebook post or a tweet or an Instagram picture that looks interesting than a track. It's hard to make a track look interesting because we just see it so often. You just got to be conscious. So what I want you to start doing is looking at your life in every aspect, the things that you do, even the things that you wear, the things that you go through. And I want you to find ways to express that has nothing to do with the music. You may talk about your music at the end of these videos or whatever, or you lay your music underneath the videos you're making about whatever topic it is you're going into. But either way, I need you to start making some content, and I need you to start getting creative, because you're creatives, you're artists or you're producers, and you may be creative in your craft, but a lot of people are just spending all their creativity into their craft and not realizing they need to be creative in the marketing, and they need to come up with cool ideas and concepts for the marketing. And if you're not doing that, it should be no surprise as to why nobody's really following the music or listening to the music. All you got to do is get people to buy into you, like you, want to know more about you. They're gonna, off the back of that, they're just gonna fuck with your music, or at least look for your music and check it out, which is more than what you're getting right now. And that's why you're looking for this video, because you're struggling to get people to listen to your music. You just need to get people to pay attention to you, and you'll get the views and the listens on the back end of that. I'm going to be making a lot more videos like this. I used to have a YouTube channel called Eskimo. Some of you may recognize me from it. I had 6,000 subscribers on there, but I just had to rebrand. I had to be me. I'm not Eskimo anymore. It's Daniel J. Scott. The slogan is still "Don't get mad, get motivated." If you're unfamiliar with that slogan from me, it just means whatever life throws at you, don't get angry, don't get upset, don't get mad. Just, if you don't like that situation, if you don't like what you're going through, don't get mad about that situation. Get motivated about that situation and work your way out of it. Make sure to subscribe. Maybe press the bell for the notifications so you don't miss a video. I'm always open to suggestions too. If you want to know more about this, or you got a particular topic you want me to talk on, I'm completely open to doing that. But yeah, it's nice to be back. We'll speak soon. Peace.